So I had to stand up to go to the manager and tell the manager that the black sister from Suriname, she's got a pornographic video of the white woman, the Dutch one, that she forgot. After I told the manager, I went to the owner of the video. I said, you need to be very careful because whatever you left on the computer last time, it's going around here. That woman, I remember, she stood up next to me. She was shaking. She looked at me. She said, first, thank you. And she said she didn't know. And she rushed to the manager. That's how the whole secret came out. A lot of people were fired because of that, because it was inappropriate and unprofessional, and it was evil and mean. It was almost spreading pornography and intimacy of somebody else. So after that incident happened, you can imagine those that were working for that company for a long time, I looked like the black sheep again because I opened my mouth. I did what was right. And I've always asked God, he tells all of us to do what is right. But doing what is right has gotten me in trouble in my life so many times. So I left that place. I was not fired. I left because I didn't feel safe and the environment was not good for me, especially when you share food with people at work. Because our job, when we say the Zorok here, even taking care of the old people, it's like, it's a home. It's deep. In my discernment, I didn't understand that that was discernment. God said, walk. Because God will always take care of me, you know. I've lost a lot of things that sometimes when the devil guards me, makes me feel like you are nothing. But I say, no, I'm favored. Because there is always something for me that he has kept, even when the devil thinks he has taken everything. And I want the devil and his children to know that. So I left that job. I went to look for the next job. And the next job was the one where I went through discrimination. That video all of you met me from, where I was crying about discrimination in the Zorok in Netherlands. That job, plus what I was already carrying, it squeezed me up to become this small. It sucked me out. I never felt so much pain, alone. And I kept quiet for almost 4 years. I cry a lot. I used to cry to God. I still cry whether I'm happy or sad. It's part of me. I cried to God. I said, everything is almost like it doesn't work well. You give me an amazing blessing of a husband. But his family is like, that's another story. And then I go to school. Before I even graduated at my school, I had another obstacle. A Hindustani teacher who hated me for no reason. A week, 2 weeks before I do my graduation, after all the 4 years of studying, 2 weeks before I get my graduation for my assistant, a diploma, certificate, this woman, she takes me out of the system, registers me out of school. I receive a letter from the government. Because if you do not finish the education, you have to pay back a lot of money to the government. I received a letter from the government that I did not finish the school. So I need to pay 5,000 something. I cried to God that morning when I received it. I told my husband, I said, I will not accept it. I've been accepting a lot of things since I entered this country. I've been accepting a lot of things since I was born in my life. And I just have to accept, pick myself up, clean myself up, find joy, peace again. Accept. This one I refuse. In refusing, we went together with my husband to the school. I fought. My husband went to talk to to that woman. And because that woman is Hindustan, she saw him with a white man. That's how racism is so deep. So my husband could actually stand up, and we stood up together in that office against the Hindustan's woman, and the boss, the white one, the white man, the one who was the leader of the whole college. He knew about me. I didn't play. So I was in there. I was telling him, you go do something one way or the other. And yes, they fixed it. Whatever they did to make me want to pay 5,000 euros to the Dutch government, they redid it. The Dutch government never called not even one kobo from me. You see how Jesus they work? You go swallow your own life if you play with those that God has favored. My brothers and sisters, my diploma, then this job that I talked about, the second job now. This for the diploma happened before I even had the jobs. So the last job I had, the second job, was the one where I experienced discrimination. The white family didn't like me. So if they come around, they wanted me to be out of the way, in a different room. In my Hindustan's team leader at our department, she thought it very inconvenient to move me like a cat and a dog to make the place comfortable for those people, which is not supposed to be that. And those people tormented me. What didn't they throw? Peace, spam, insults. What didn't they do? And I took it. And when I said I'm leaving, I was stupid. I should have not left. I should have actually just gone seek help, because in the law time and according to the law of Holland, me just quitting that job like this, the first one I'd quit. That's where the bad predicament now started. And my team leader, she knew it. But they don't tell foreigners everything. You have to know for yourself. So I had no job. My husband only income. With 2 kids. I started fighting, because after I left that place, everywhere else, I said, I can't go anywhere. Everywhere else I would go. That discrimination, because of how it happened, it couldn't leave my system. I had to do something about it. I had to fight for justice. And that's how I started fighting for justice. With my husband, 1 child on the back, 1 in my hands, fighting a whole entire system to get justice. 4 years, I went meeting after meeting, told my story over and over. And the fact that even when I left that place, they would not allow me to get a job anywhere else, because that company, after reporting them to the police, they start to ruin my reference. And because this is one nation, everything is connected. If you go to the south side to a doctor, your doctor at your location will know. Everything is documented. Brothers and sisters, I call for help. This side, everything is closed. Whilst I'm looking for help, I'm also looking for a job. I find another opportunity in another company. I get the job I wanted. The day before I start the job, I get an email. That team leader, they scatter my progress for me. The company don't want me anymore. I called the police for the first time and asked them to come to my front door, because I said, what does a black woman do in this country? You go to school, you study the language, you work hard, you don't ask money from government, you want to be part of society to function. Where does she get justice? You go to the police, they say, yeah, but this and that, but the way this system in Holland is built, really, if somebody discriminates you or a company, they don't have a constitution or a law that can help black people in this country. I went through it 4 years. Jesus is the one who broke them. But there was no way out for me. It is the miracle of God, you understand. We went for meeting after meeting, seeking justice. And everywhere I went, Jesus Christ. It's like my team, the same team boss, she called the police to close my case. You have the police, the frackvisor, the Office van Justitie, the OPA, whatever. You have different departments of the government here. I had to go to every department to see where justice will come, because this discrimination happened under the watch of the company. And because of what the company, the people who work in the company did to frustrate my life after I left, that they would not even allow me to get a job. My brothers and sisters, whilst I'm fighting debts from government taxes, they don't stop. We pay tax for everything. So the 3-4 years I didn't work, we also got in financial problems. I was fighting before Apostle was even formed in the womb for justice. I carried Apostle with so much pain, and I would work some side jobs, not on a contract, but as an outside craft, going different locations to work. At that point, our accounts are frozen. The government have taken over everything. We have to pay. And we have to get 50 euro a week to eat, clothes, and everything from. And all our money, they pay our bills. Even thought of a point where they will sell our house so that the government will get their money. A third in person came in Europe with no family, with no friends, just a husband. Thank God for just a husband who is loving, patient, caring, understanding. I bless God for that man, because we've been through a lot together with our children. I was fighting. I got pregnant with Apostle. Apostle was born. I think Apostle was 7 days exactly. I woke up that morning. I said, I've been crying every night. I am tired. I've been going to every appointment and meeting. This company, they know the matter and everything. They've taken it out of the hands of the justice of the government. They said, we're going to settle this out. But even now, it's taking over and over. That's how I woke up and all of you met me. That video on YouTube that I made about discrimination in the Netherlands. Finally, I could open up my mouth and speak without being afraid of whatever consequences would follow me. I didn't even live long to enjoy that enjoyment, brothers and sisters. A woman called Lillian Mtams, another Zambian demon. She took my video, called that company, told them that we know Rachel Bott. That's not how she looks. There is something wrong with that woman. She's not normal. The company also almost thought that they could actually run away from me, because the Zambian people online, when I cried, nobody comforted me or asked me what happened.